My name is Carlos Rodríguez, and I will talk about ecosystem and communities. Climate.
There are three different concepts about the climate, and we don't have to mix them, we have to difference them.
The weather is the day-to-day condition of Earth's atmosphere. The climate, on the other hand, refers to average conditions over long periods. And the environmental conditions can vary about small distances, creating microclimates.
Global climate is shaped by many factors. This can be like latitude, the solar energy, and the transport of heat.
Tolerance, the ability to survive and reproduce under a range of environmental circumstances. Habitat, the place where an organism lives.
Competition. When organisms attempt to use the same ecological resource at the same time, at the same place, competition occurs.
Competition can occur both among members of the same species and between members of different species. Instead of competing for similar resources, species usually divide them. An interaction in which one animal captures and feeds on another animal is called predation, and an interaction in which one animal feeds on producers is called herbivory.
Symbiosis is any relationship in which two species live together.
Mutualism is the kind of relationship between species in which both benefit. Parasitism is any relationship in which one organism lives inside or on another organism and harms it. And commercialism is any relationship in which one organism benefits and the other is neither helped or harmed.
What is ecological succession? Is a series by more or less changes that can occur in the community.
Succession that begins in an area with no remnants of an older community is called primary succession. Sometimes, where a disturbance affects the community without completely destroying it, secondary succession occurs.
This succession reproduces the original climax community, but in case of the human disturbances, they may not recover the original climax. Biomes are described in biotic factors like plants and animals, and in abiotic factors like climate and the soil type.
Some examples of these biomes are tropical rainforest, tropical dry forest, savanna, tundra, taiga, etc. Each biome is associated with seasonal patterns of temperature and precipitation that can be summarized in a graph called a climate diagram.
The major biomes cannot be classified by the biotic and abiotic factors like the plants, animals, soil types, and climate.
On mountains, conditions vary with elevation. From river valley to summit, temperature, precipitation, exposed to wind, and soil types all change, and so do organisms. The polar regions border the tundra and are called year-round. Plants are few, though some algae grow on snow and ice, where rocks and ground are exposed seasonally.
Aquatic ecosystems are affected by the water depth.
Water depth strongly influences aquatic life. The sunlit region near the surface in which photosynthesis can occur is known as the photic zone. Below the photic zone is the aphotic zone, where photosynthesis cannot occur.
Freshwater ecosystems can be divided by three main categories.
Rivers and streams. Near source, water has plenty or dissolved oxygen but little plant life. Lakes and ponds. The food webs in lakes and ponds often are based on a combination of plankton and attached algae and plants. Freshwater wetlands. They purify water by filtering pollutants and help to prevent flooding by absorbing large amounts of water. An estuary formed where a river meets the sea. Estuaries serve as spawning and nursery grounds for many ecologically and commercially important fish and shellfish species including driffish, striped bass, shrimp, and crabs. I hope you learned some of ecosystems and communities. This was the stage 4. Thank you for paying attention.